Hey, what's up? It's me, Awesome Ali.
And I'm Raisa, and welcome back to 90 Days to Becoming an Awesome Person.
Woo!
Today is day 51, and as always, we're going to start it off with our quote of the day.
Thank you, Raisa. Today's quote of the day is by Henry Ford. He said, "Coming together is beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success." Henry Ford. So once again, coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. Henry Ford. Raisa, thoughts, comments, and perspective.
Okay, so with this quote, it's really interesting because when I was in business management, they actually talked about this, where sometimes businesses will actually put random applicants together and make them go through a series of team building exercises towards a certain project. And what they do is they gather all these people that might have interest. So what he's saying is, keeping together and working together. So they're kept together with all of their, with all of their likes, dislikes. Sorry. Sorry. So people that would be, pretty good together. And then afterwards, what they have is like a big rift. So they kind of put them in a conflict situation to see how they will work together. And the teams that come out of that conflict situation, that storm situation, they make the better teams. And that's what it says at the end of the quote, where it's saying working together is success. So, yeah, working together is success. So after they come out of that conflict stage, that's when they're working together. And I definitely think how this is related to our everyday life and everyday business is that when you are working with people, don't expect it to be such, sunshine and rainbows. Like, you will have your different perspectives, your different problems, but the teams that can emerge out of those conflict situations and those problems, that's how they work towards success together, because no one really and truly gets up to the top alone, right? You're always working with different types of people. And to make it even more related, like, think about Henry Ford. His quote is so relative to him because he created one of the first assembly lines in America, right? That's all the working hands together putting together these cars. So yeah, that's my perspective on that.
Fantastic, Grace. So for me, I'm going to take this on a more leadership perspective. So first up, part of the quote: coming together is a beginning. So as a leader, if you're going into new business, if you're the manager, right, your first job is to make the employees feel good, right? You're supposed to come in, set the goals for how you want to make your team, right? So if you have a team, you want to set your goals, make it clear, make sure it helps the employees, your business, and anybody else, right? So that's the first step, set your goals. Then what you want to do is, some employee development and some training, like what my sister was doing, pairing people together who will work together, people who like dislikes. So that's next. And then you can then spark up some interest, get them going again, remind them why they joined the job, get them engaged, take them from disengaged to engaged and get them all boosted up and loving their job or enjoying their job more than they were before, and then just wait for the success to come. And the 7 habits of highly effective people, I believe there's a part in the book where Stephen R. Covey, he went into a company, and what the company was actually doing is creating baseball cards of, actually, I think it was a different book, actually, sorry. So what this company was doing is they were making baseball cards of their employees, right? So they were writing down, like if you ever looked at a baseball or basketball card, you'll see that they have like the strengths, the stats, what they're good at here, what they're good at here. So when they would go through team building projects, like what my sister was saying, right? Each person would rate the other employees, right? Everybody would rate them individually and give them a stat and combine it to get, let's say, okay, they're good with working together, good here. So this part I see very good for leaders. right? For if you're becoming a manager, CEO, new stuff, this is very helpful here. So coming together is beginning, keeping together is progress, working together is success. Working together, some cooperation. This is, I find, is also very helpful in school projects and stuff, right? So everybody does their part, everybody's working together. The success just comes a little bit quicker because each person knows what they have to do. Very important. Be specific if you're a leader in the group, right? Be specific with what each person has to do. So there's no room for like, oh, I didn't know what I had to do, right? Be specific with it so everybody can get their task done. So that is your quote for today. Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. Henry Ford. And now we're going to move on to our tip for today. Rachel, what is the tip?
Okay, so the tip is pretty short, and it actually is relative to everything that we've been talking about with our ideas. Now it's about having patience. So the tip is, don't rush your ideas. They must rise like bread. Let them come in the right time. And this is from The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. So when she's using the analogy rise like bread, think about it. You put bread in the oven and then it starts to slowly rise. Like, just think about how long it takes to actually make bread and make it nice, and it keeps slowly rising. So what she's saying is, you let your ideas be the same thing. Let them rise, let them develop. You know, you might have a really, really great idea, but it's not fully developed. Like, it was just on a whim. And when it rises and when it, you give it time to develop and stay there, it will keep coming back to you. And then, that's what it's saying. Let them come in the right time, because some ideas may not be good for whatever this is, or some of them just need time to develop and rise like bread.
Interesting. For me, what I would say for that tip, even though I agree with it to say about the rise on the bread, right? Fantastic. But you have to be the one to make it the bread, right? The idea is just the ingredients. You have to be the one to put in the sugar, put in the flour, right? Let's just say the idea is the yeast, right? You got to put in everything else still to actually make a bread for it to rise. So what you're going to do is take that idea, refine it, right? Be more specific with it, because when the universe sees that you've taken that idea and you've started to build with it, right? Then it will give you more ideas to help you with it, right? So it'll give you more, because if you just keep asking for ideas, right? And you asking for one answer solutions, but you never actually act on the ones that are given to you or given to you now, then they're just going to slowly start disappearing. So your job is to take that idea, work on it, refine it, develop it, and then at a certain point, you just let it simmer and let it rise like the bread. And when it starts rising, that's when you start to see your success. You start to see you start to see the money coming in. You start to see your big break, because the idea has been built upon. It's been added the right ingredients with it. And now it's like, all right, ready? Let's start rising. And then you see sales start going up. Money starts going up. Profit. Employee loves you, right? You start loving your job even more. And then the bread is perfect, right? So that's the idea stage of your bread.
That was good. That was good. All right.
Raisa, anything else you have to add today?
No.
Awesome. And close us out with linking the bios and stuff for the book.
Yes. So if you want, make sure that you grab your 30-day journal PDF. The link is in our Instagram bio. It's in the Facebook caption. And if you just want one, just email us at apso2019@gmail.com. This was presented by APSO.
Awesome people.
Shaping our world.
Remember, you are awesome.
And you can make your world a better place.
Bye.
Bye.